Right, hello everyone. It would have helped if I actually turned up my audio there. But anyway, hello, welcome to a brand new live stream for this Sunday. I will be talking about, if you couldn't tell by the title of this stream, Samson Tovide, I want to say, or Tovide, one of the two. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I've tried to Google for the last 30 minutes and I still haven't figured it out what his last name, how you actually pronounce it. But I'm going to call him Samson for the rest of this video. So we are apparently on the verge of signing him. I'm going to be waiting until the club do an official announcement to make an actual video on him. Also speaking to a Colchester fan about him as well. Then I will also talk about in this live stream Jerry Yates from Swansea. Get my words out. As you can tell, I'm not with it this morning. So yeah, Jerry Yates from Swansea on a undisclosed fee. The reported fee is around £1 million for the 28-year-old striker in his prime. Luton fans wanted a striker that can score 20 goals at this level. We go and do it, and yet people are still moaning about it. I'm lost for words. And then also talk about Cohen Bramall as well on a free transfer. I'm not particularly happy with that transfer. I do think we could have done better in that department. Will we sign another left wing back? I do not know. But we've managed to bring in a left wing back, which was definitely needed. Apparently, he's one of the fastest players ever to play football. He is that quick. He can give Mbappe a run for his money. So I'm looking forward to seeing that pace and how well he can use it in a Luton shirt. Talking about Luton shirts, I am wearing the brand new one for today's live stream as well. What else am I going to talk about? I'm going to also talk about the AFC Wimbledon game, which we won 1-0 at home. Not the greatest of performances, but we managed to pull off the free and get the 3 points. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this live stream, while also answering any questions you guys have. I'm going to be eating my cereal as I wait for all your comments to come in, flying in the live chat. And yeah, it's going to be a very amateur and not professional live stream this morning. I feel like I might have a rant. I'm in the mood for a rant because I don't know what some fans expecting. I feel like we've lost on Friday. That's how it feels like. I feel like we've lost the game. Although I'm not happy with the performance, don't get me wrong. But the way supporters are going about things, it's just making me feel like we've been beaten 3 or 4-0. That's how I feel right now. And I just feel really defeated even. And I've gone to a point where I want to break. I want to break from social media because every time I go on it, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Twitter, YouTube, it's just filled with negative stuff. Like, I had a quick glance this morning, yeah, and the first post I read is, why are we praising Mans Anderson for his performance against Wimbledon? It was nothing special. So you can't even praise player performances now. Despite defending really, really well, you can't praise a player anymore because people are going, well, why are we overdoing it on the praise? Yeah, it's annoying me. But good morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. I'll wait for a couple more people to join the chat and answer any questions or put any thoughts in. I'm also watching the Stockport v Bolton game at 12 o'clock, so I will be ending the live stream a little bit early to make sure I can go and watch that game. But that's going to be an amazing game. Kicks off at 12 o'clock, I believe. I've already been to the gym this morning, did a run, 6.5k I did. So I'm trying to wake myself up. Right, let's go through the chat. So, first comment. I don't understand why we are now bringing in players that are falling out of favour that nobody else wants. Who? I don't know who you're going on about. Our squad is quite capable now. Yeah, I don't know who you're going on about, so you need to put a bit more detail there. Danny, you've put your live streams are the best thing about Sundays. Thank you very much. Good morning, John. How you doing? Do we need any more signings? If so, what positions? I think we might need a creative player, maybe a number 10. I know we're trying to bring this Samson guy in from Colchester. That would provide a bit of power, a bit of strength, bit of pace up top. That's what he brings. Watching the player highlight clips from Colchester, he is exactly what we need in terms of a striker that can do a bit of everything. John, you've put, was not impressed with us going forward on the game against Wimbledon. Yeah, going forward definitely needs to be worked on, I'm sure. Alfie, you've put in the chat, I feel like we need one attacking midfielder. I also agree. I think we're lacking a bit of creativity in the midfield, especially after witnessing that performance against Wimbledon. Morning, Mick. How you doing? Danny, you've put, will you be doing any more watch-alongs? Yes, I'll be doing watch-alongs throughout the whole entire season, mate. I just need to pick out what games to do. I most likely will prioritise the League One games over the Championship ones, but if there isn't any League One ones, I'll watch the Championship. Tyler from T-Boys TV put, when do you think Samson will be announced? I don't know how you pronounce his last name. This is what Google Translate says, so I just want to point out, if anyone accused me from mispronouncing this is what Google Translate says.
Samson Tovide.
So Samson Tovide is how Google's saying it. And I don't know, probably next week knowing Luton. We don't really announce signings on a Sunday. Terry, you've commented saying, idiots on social media, got 3 points. We only get 1 point from first 4 games last season. Well, yeah, it's already an improvement, isn't it? You know, I understand it wasn't the greatest of performances, but I feel like last year we would have lost that. And even Bloomfield came at the end. He wasn't happy with it. He knows himself he wasn't happy with it. You know, I'm pretty sure we are going to get better. I don't want to be 10 out of 10 on the first weekend of the season. I want to be 10 out of 10 throughout the season, rather than just on the first game. You know, I know Huddersfield won their game, Cardiff won their game, but I don't care about them. I care about us, and we'll get better. G1K2, you've commented saying, best to ignore the early league table as it is silly at the moment given no draws yet. Exactly, no one got a draw yesterday. It was mental. Maybe I have predicted Bolton and Stockport to be a draw though. Luton sort of joint top, but statistically 10. Don't look, folk, just look at our form until mid-September. Exactly. Mason, you put, hey Lewis, I think Tovide is a great signing and has power and pace and physicality. He can finish as well. I think him and Yates would be a good partnership. I think our signing, Samson Tovide, will be a massive indicator that we will be playing with 2 strikers. I can't think why on earth we would play a different formation. Sam, you've commented saying, do we have enough strength in the right wing back / right backs area? I do, because you've got Isaiah Jones, Walters, and also Gideon Kadoa can also play there. So you've got 3 players that can cover that role. So I wouldn't want us to sign another player in that position. Walters looked good on Friday, but not too sure. Jones is lightweight defensively, but attacking offers a threat. Yeah, I think that's an area which we don't need to touch really, personally. Unless we switch formation and play like a 4-2-3-1 formation, then Isaiah Jones can play further forward. But I think we're sticking with the 5 at the back and we're going to play with 2 strikers. Mark, you've commented saying, I just think Wimbledon did their homework. Clark was bootied off the ball. I just think Wimbledon are just a really good, defensively solid team. Like, they are so difficult to break down, just naturally. They have been for like over a year. Like Johnny Jackson, who's been their manager, I think he's been their manager for over 2.5 years. So he's got them absolutely drilled defensively on being really hard to break down, and then as a defensive unit, get behind the ball and just make life really difficult for any opposition. They won promotion on the back of clean sheets. Their defensive record was one of the best. It was probably one of the worst games for Luton to kick off the season in terms of home fixture. If we played against Peterborough, I guarantee you it would have been a completely different game altogether, because Peterborough's style of play is completely different. They don't have the players to put 11 players behind the ball and just say, yeah, come on then, come and break us down. It would have been completely different. And we'll see it next week. You'll see what Peterborough do next week, because I watched them play against Cardiff and they were not great at all. Really not a good performance from them. Tyler from T-Boys TV has put Stockport versus Bolton today, score prediction. I've gone with a 2-2. I think there'll be goals in that one. I think Stockport look really strong. I'm going to keep an eye on their new players. And then Bolton, I think they're going to be around those playoff positions as well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that game, actually. I'm going to put it on the big screen. I normally watch it. This is like my study room. So, I call it a study room. It's like my game room. I have like a small TV in this room, but I'm going to go to the living room and actually put it on the big one, on the big TV, and actually properly enjoy it, because I think it's going to be an absolute cracker. Danny, you've commented saying Cameron Humphreys from Ipswich would be a good as the created 10. I also agree. If that's a legit, I did see that rumour appear on social media, and if that is a true rumour and there's actual legit information about it, then yeah, we should be all over that, because Matt Bloomfield worked with him at Wickham last year for the first half of the season, and he was amazing. And creativity-wise, he's exactly what we need. John, you've commented saying... Oh, I missed your comment. Huddersfield looking a good side. Yeah, they've started off the season quite well. I had a question mark on whether or not they would actually win the first game, because I thought Leyton Orient would put up a better fight. But then looking at the goals they conceded, Leyton Orient, very poor. You know, one was a set piece, which was the goalkeeper came out and the Huddersfield defender got there first. The penalty decision was absolutely stupid. And then the third goal, Joe Taylor miskicked the shot, and then there was just a player at the back post, like free unmarked with an easy tap in. Very lucky there. But yeah, their goals, they were nothing special. Leyton Orient just really poorly defended, and Huddersfield just took advantage of it. Danny, you've commented saying, at my workplace, I work with former Luton Town secretary Cherry Newbury. Very nice. We should expect not to be too pretty sometimes. Luton is a scalp that every team would love to have. Yeah, I get that. We're going to have to show a bit of balance between the two, of not being pretty and then being pretty. Mason, you've commented saying, I think we only need one more signing. I think most business now should be departures. I also agree. And then if we lose any key players, then we need to replace them. G1K2, you've commented saying Woodrow might do a job with tough defences, but maybe in second half only. I think Woodrow is going to feature quite a lot this year. I really do. And that, by the way, yeah, I don't think enough people are giving him credit for the goal. He did a give and go with Naki Wells, and that run in behind forced the Wimbledon defender to do something. It was a really good movement, and I have to give him credit, because not one player throughout the game, I don't think, actually did a run like that. He was the only one that's willing to get himself about. And you got to remember, like, whatever your thoughts are on Woodrow, he has scored goals at this level. He's scored goals with Barnsley in the third division. Maybe this is his level. So we might as well use him. Mark, you've commented saying, why do you think Luton didn't go back in for Kone? I don't know, if I'm being brutally honest with you, Mark. I really don't know. Maybe Matt Bloomfield... Well, Matt Bloomfield knows Kone really well. Yeah, that's what we've got to remember here. Richard Kone and Matt Bloomfield, they know each other well. Maybe Matt Bloomfield believes this Samson Tovide... I think... Yeah, that's how you pronounce his name. The Samson guy from Colchester might have better potential, might have a bigger ceiling, might be able to do more things. Because Matt Bloomfield's also worked with him. So I think it's got to be something to do with Matt Bloomfield and what he wants going forward. Cameron, you've put, wish we would play a back four at... wish we'd play a back four at times. Playing one striker is painful. But even if you play a back four, that doesn't mean we're going to play with two strikers. And anyway, I think we're going to change to two strikers soon, because you're not going to... If we sign the Colchester striker, you're not going to have the Colchester striker, Naki Wells, Nordas, Woodrow, Brown, and Elijah Adebayo. That's 6 strikers there, like sitting on the bench. So you're gonna have to play 2 strikers. They're gonna have to figure it all out. Tyler, you've gone with a 2-2 draw for the Stockport-Bolton game. Let me know your score predictions for that one. I think Huddersfield were flattered as Leyton Orient were not bad against them. Cameron, you've commented saying, is Nordas leaving? It looks like it, to be honest. With him not being in the team, that looks like he is leaving. Danny, you've commented saying that's from the Ipswich Twitter account saying that we've had interest in Cameron Humphreys. Yeah, I did see that post. Jelly Belly 27, good morning from sunny Lloret de Mar in Spain, enjoying a cold beer while listening to your live stream. Thank you very much. You are certainly having a much better Sunday than what I'm having right now, in nice, good weather. If we play Yates and Tovide, provided we sign him, do you think we'll move to a 3-4-1-2? Yeah, it'd be like that, I think. Either a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-1-2 with a number 10. Yeah, Tyler, I'm eating my cereal, mate. I haven't eaten breakfast. And if I don't eat now, then I won't eat until like 12-ish because I'm watching the game and I need to eat because my belly's hurting me. And then I did a run, so I need to refuel up. I'm tired. Mason, you put, I think Woodrow would be used more in the 10 role this year. I think so as well, Mason. Tyler, you put, I like the look of Samson, especially the fact he can play anywhere across the front three. Could work well if we play a 3-4-3 again. Exactly. Mason, you've commented saying, really think Samson is our project Elijah Adebayo, but hopefully he is more confident at finishing. Yes, that is something. I really hope that we haven't got a striker that's just not going to, let's put it this way, lack confidence in front of goal and then needing to score a goal because he's got no confidence. I want a striker that can actually finish his dinner. Danny, you've put 2-1 to Stockport in today's game. Tyler, you've put what cereal am I eating? It's just my protein cereal, which I like to eat. It's basically like protein Cocoa Pops. It's the best way to describe it. Rangers have played 3 times. Asgard's not even making the bench. I hope he's enjoying the rest, ready for international duties. Apparently he's injured. He's picked up an injury apparently in pre-season. That's why he's not been featuring for Rangers. Did they not get a draw against Motherwell yesterday in the evening? I think they did. I think they dropped points from their first game of the season. Actually, what football is on today? So we've got Stockport versus Bolton at 12 o'clock. Oh, Celtic are playing at 4:30 against St Mirren. I might give that a watch actually. That's on TV. I don't really watch Scottish football, but, you know, I might give it a watch. And then you've got, okay, Dundee United are playing as well at 2 o'clock. I feel like in the Scottish Premiership, I know it gets a lot of stick, but there's so many goals that happen in the league. It's such an entertaining league, especially the ones that don't include like Celtic and Rangers. I feel like there's always goals. Yeah, did Rangers get a draw against Motherwell? Yeah, they did. It was 1-1. They took the lead and then Motherwell got the equaliser quite late on. Yeah, it says here that Philo Asgard's got a knock, but it doesn't actually say what type of knock he's got, and he'd be out for a few more weeks. Interesting. Mark, you've commented saying, I'm praying Baptiste doesn't get injured because he really excited me against Wimbledon. Yeah, I thought it was quite good. He should have scored that goal though, shouldn't he? That shot, if he got it on target, that's 2-0. And then the game's completely different then, and then it kind of flattens Wimbledon a bit more. But yeah, I thought he actually looked bright when he came on, won a couple of fouls. Passing was quite neat. You know, Baptiste is quality. He is quality. It's just we need to get out of him. We need to figure out to keep him fit, manage him correctly. That's Bloomfield's biggest task really, is to manage players. I'm going to Peterborough next weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it'd be like my 3rd or 4th visit to Peterborough. I've been there quite a few times. I don't think I've ever seen us win there, so hopefully we improve and get the victory. I'm behind the goal for Peterborough. Did you know there could actually be up to 4,000 Luton fans going to that? Just under 4,000. We've already sold 2,500. We've already sold behind the goal, and then Peterborough have decided to give us on the side. So, you know, if you want to go to Peterborough, there could be 4,000 of us over there. So good away attendance, considering we've not exactly, you know, it hasn't been exactly positive, I would say. And then I am thinking about doing Bradford, but I might be going to that game on my own. But I don't want to drive, so I might get the supporters coach over. Anyone in the chat use Freestar before? You know, Freestar coaches, let me know. And then, you know, I might try it out. The price is quite good. It's actually 30 quid on the supporters coach. And if I was to drive up there, it probably cost me more than 30 quid just on petrol, because Bradford isn't exactly like it's 5 minutes down the road. So I think, yeah, 30 quid. I don't mind paying that. Traveller UK, you've commented saying, as a Colchester fan, Samson will be great in the long term, but he can be poor in front of goal sometime, and his surname is pronounced Tovide. What? So Samson Tovide. Is that how you pronounce it? Samson Tovide. Let me know. Chalkstar, you've gone with 1-1 for a score prediction between Stockport and Bolton. Mason, you've put quite looking forward to for Peterborough next week. Nice away day, and they play more attacking football, so it would suit us more. Exactly that. They do look good going forward. It's defensively, which they just don't look good at all. They look really inexperienced at the back. Watching them against Cardiff, it was quite a concern. Terry, you've said sold out our allocation for Peterborough, getting more on Monday. Great support. It is indeed. So, you know, I reckon try and sell it out. Hopefully we bring the correct numbers. Tyler, you've put, we brought 4,000 when we drew 1-1 against Peterborough. Hilton scored. I think I went to that one. Yeah, I must have went to that one. Did we get a player sent off that day? I think we did. Tyler, you've put considering using Freestar. Yeah, Freestar go to Newport Pagnell, and that's pretty much near me. So I would get on at Newport Pagnell, and then and it's cheaper than Bobbers, which what NW has commented in the chat. So I'm thinking of using Freestar. Like 30, I think Bobbers are charging way more than 30 quid, and I'm not paying that. And then also with Bobbers, you've got to pay for a membership as well. I rather just like pick and choose, because there'll be some games that I don't mind driving to, but and then there'll be some games where I can't be bothered to drive. So, and Bradford's definitely one of them. When I'm on my own, financially, it doesn't make sense for me to go on my own and drive on my own. So I rather just pay to go on the coach, and then I can charge my phone on the coach. I can read a book. I can, you know, listen to music. Do everything I need to do just to chill for those 3 hours, and then you stop as well, so you can then get refreshments. So I think overall it's better for me to go on Freestar. Greg, you've put after watching our struggle to break down AFC Wimbledon, signing another quick tricky player like Samson Tovide. What is it, Tovide? Did I get that right again? Where's the word? Tovide. I'll get that right. Signing a tricky player like Tovide seems a good idea. Would like to see Ali with another quick winger/wing back and Yates up front. I've got a feeling Ali's going to be playing a lot more as a left wing back, because I just don't think we're playing with wide players. I really, after watching us against Wimbledon and then him just filling in at left wing back, I just got a feeling we might do that, because I think we're quite comfortable at defending the space in behind. So if we do get exposed on the counter, I think we're quite good at defending against it. Cameron, you've commented saying any surprises from yesterday's results? Any teams you think will do better / worse than predicted? Well, I predicted Blackpool to win at home against Stevenage, and Stevenage managed to go there and get a really good 3 points in my opinion. I've tipped Stevenage to be maybe a team that I think a bit of a dark horse, if I'm being honest with you. I have predicted them to finish just outside of those playoff positions. I think they need to improve in terms of their attack in front, which they have scored 3 goals already. but also improve their record against the best in the league, because that's what let them down last year. So, but a really good start. Getting 3 points away to Blackpool isn't a bad result at all. That's a very good result. I would have said even a point. So, yeah, Stevenage definitely one team that I think might shock a few people. Wigan as well. They managed to score lots of goals. They beat Northampton 3-1. I expected them to win the game, but I didn't expect them to win by didn't expect them to score 3 goals. And someone put a stat up yesterday. Apparently, Wigan have already scored 7% of their goals compared to the previous season, which is just mental because Wigan was so boring last year. So if Ryan Lowe can improve on Wigan scoring goals, then they'd be right up there in my opinion. I think they've got really good, solid defensive foundations and players, a bit like AFC Wimbledon. They just need to improve on the goal front. But so yeah, I think those 2 teams in particular, those 2 results, Cameron, I would say. Joshua Owen, you've commented saying Peterborough have lost a lot of their key players, so you can really get at them. Yeah, watching them yesterday, it's more defensively for me. Like attacking wise, although they've brought in a couple of unknown players, they still look quite dangerous on the attack, and they pretty much they looked quite dangerous when counter-attacking Cardiff. But Cardiff were really poor defensively, in my opinion. But yeah, the way Peterborough defend, they're not good. So we need to go at them because they don't like it at all. Cardiff, although they won 2-1, they could have scored 4, 5, even 6 goals. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, the chances they managed to create were really, really good. Mason, you commented saying, I don't think we'll sell out Bradford, so should hopefully get a ticket. Yeah, I don't see us selling out Bradford either. Unless we beat Peterborough, and we beat Peterborough convincingly, and then we'll bring quite a lot of fans over. That's the thing. If things are going well at Luton in terms of results and the way we're performing, we'll sell out every away game. We will bring good numbers everywhere we go. That's what Luton fans do, and that's like every football club. If I'm being honest with you, if you're on a good run, you kind of sell out pretty much, or you bring a lot of fans over. Hatsman has commented saying, I think the young lads, Richards from Exeter. Oh, I missed your comment. Where have you gone? I've missed your comment. Where are you gone? I think the young lads, Richards from Exeter, earmarked for a long-term Asgard replacement. I thought that as well, but I'm not too sure if we need someone for now. We need someone for this season. So even if it's like a loan deal, we need someone for now, and then Richards can learn from that player. Lewis, Ipswich Town won't get rid of Cameron Humphreys because they are light in midfield, and you should have signed Al Hamidi because he has been scoring lots of goals for Ipswich. Well, I know Ipswich are quite light up top as well, so it's Tuvide. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to call him Big Sam. That's his name, and you can't change that now. So, to solve any mispronunciation on his name, he's going to be called Big Sam, like Big Sam Allardyce. So, when I see him and I introduce myself, I'm going to go, hello, Big Sam, and he's going to go, all right, Lewis, and we're going to be best friends forever. So, I'm calling him Big Sam. Terry, you commented saying Barnsley looked good, beating Plymouth. Plymouth defensively yesterday, I watched the highlights. Wow. All goals could have been avoided. It honestly could have been avoided, man. I was completely shocked how badly they defended. Mason, you've commented saying Yates is a great signing. Let's talk about Yates because we haven't really gone into detail about him. 10 goals last season. Swansea fans don't rate him but won't listen to them. He scored 20 plus in League One last time. He was playing in the division and he was quite exciting. I've spoken to a Blackpool fan, by the way, about him, and I'm telling you now, he is absolutely gutted that we've signed him because of how good he is as a player. You know, when we announced the signing of Jerry Yates, I had multiple people contact me who are not even Luton fans going, Lewis, you've got your striker that can score 20 goals at this level. But yet there are some Luton fans that just keep moaning and keep going on, but he only scored 10 goals for Derby. Yeah, in a very poor Derby team who just stayed up last year. Like, you can only play how good the team is. And for large portions of the season, Derby were very poor attacking-wise. Whereas under the new boss, in the second half of the year, they got a lot better attacking-wise. I think in terms of how we're going to play, Yates is going to be absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. Joshua, you've put Plymouth don't look good in terms of the business they've done. Caleb Watts looks really good. He was the one who scored their goal yesterday. He looks quite lively up top. But yeah, I think defensively they were just miles off it. But they did create a lot of chances though. Lewis, will Ipswich and Colchester go up? I'm not too sure about Colchester. I think Ipswich will definitely be competing at the very top. Mark, you've put good win for Stevenage yesterday. It was a very good win in my opinion. Morning Lewis, how you doing mate? I could be better if I'm being honest with you George. I could be better. How are you doing? I'm just a bit frustrated with like how negative things are at the moment. Like, I did a video yesterday about 5 things to learn from the game against Wimbledon, and I just highlighted a couple of things. I weren't like negative in the video myself, but it's just like when people comment stuff, they keep referring back to the game where we got beat by West Brom, and it's getting a bit annoying because like, why do we keep going back to this West Brom game where tactically Matt Bloomfield got it wrong? Like, I don't know why people keep referring back to it, because even if he got it tactically correct, the players didn't perform, did they? You know? It wasn't like the players worked extremely well. The players didn't even do the basics right. The players didn't even defend well. So we keep referring back to this one-off game, whereas we got relegated more because we were absolutely rubbish all year. We didn't get relegated because of West Brom, and that's what it keeps doing my head in, that we keep referring back to that game. So when I keep seeing fans keep commenting, West Brom, it's just like, I just want to hit my head against the wall, because I'm like, can we just get over it? We're in League One now. Like, if you can't accept that Matt Bloomfield is going to get some games tactically wrong, because every manager in the world of football gets tactical decisions wrong, even the very best, they have bad days at the office, then football is not for you. It really isn't. And what I find quite concerning is the people who are saying this stuff have got 40 years more football experience than I do at watching football. And I'm like, come on, you've seen this, you've been through this, why can't you see it now? I think the negative stuff that's happened over the last 2 years, it's really damaged a lot of people and the way they're thinking. That's just how I see it. You know, I've tried my best to, I just want to forget about the championship year. I don't want to remember it. It was a horrific year. Why do I want to remember it? I want to focus on this upcoming year and trying to win promotion. So that's how I see it. I'm going to try and turn myself up. I don't know if I'm a bit quiet, so let me know if I'm okay for you guys. Let me just see if this works. Right, I have turned myself up, so hopefully I'm okay and you can hear me a lot better. I'm just looking at my audio levels and I wasn't exactly like loud, so I don't know, and I don't want to scream in my own flat. Terry, you've put, watch his goals for Derby, he's a real fox in the box, 28 in his prime. Exactly, Terry. Like, Yates is exactly what we needed at the right age, in his prime. If we were to win promotion this season, he could do a job in the Championship. He has scored double figures in the Championship. He's got experience. So we now need to give him the service. That's what he needs. He needs the service, because if we give him the service like we did against Wimbledon, he ain't going to score goals. So we've got to improve on that, because even Naki Wells, with his intelligence, with his experience, he won't get in any chances. I don't think any striker would have got chances against Wimbledon with the way we were trying to create. Get that number 9 chant going next week. Exactly. Let's get behind our new signings. Danny, you've commented saying with the right setup and players around Yates, he will be amazing. Exactly that, spot on. Lewis, Luton will do a Birmingham. Hopefully we will, but I can't make any promises. Mark, you've put Man City last season, good example. G1K2, you've commented saying, hoping to get an away game ticket for Luton's match, not far from me, probably versus Cardiff. I'm attending a small school friend reunion soon. We've seen Orient versus Wigan, part of it might be good, very nice. Terry, you've commented saying new generation fans would go mad with the owners we've had in the past. Oh, tell me about it, Terry. God, this is nothing like what I remember. I remember being 6 and 7 years old, by the way, going to Luton games and just crying because we were losing every week during our 3 relegations in a row. And then I remember in non-league going to places which I never heard of, like Woking and Tamworth. I know they are actual places in the country, but when you say to someone you're going to go to Tamworth as an 8-year-old, you don't really know what they mean, do you? So I was going to these random places, in the country, these small stadiums, and I'm thinking, what on earth has happened here? So trust me, yeah, it's absolutely, the negativities, oh my God, yeah, massive difference. People don't know what's going to hit them, and then people scream about wanting a new someone to replace Gary Sweet. There's no guarantee that anything will get better. A lot of things the club's doing right now, they can easily get better at, is communication. If they would just communicate it a bit better, a lot of stuff won't be put out online. A lot of stuff won't be negative, because at least people will be told stuff. But because people are not getting told stuff, they're like then creating these like narratives and spreading these rumours, which they don't know. They're just saying it for the sake of it because it fits their agenda. And yeah, then it causes this friction amongst the fan base, and then there's fans like having to go at each other, and then it's like people get labelled as happy clappers, and then people get labelled as negative so-and-sos, and then everyone just comes together, and it's just too much at times. It really is. Volume is fire, mate. I agree the negativity is boring. We need to be that 12th player and get behind the team. Exactly that, Mark, because the game against Wimbledon, the atmosphere was not good. It was like everyone was moaning. And then, by the way, this is how bad certain things were. So, obviously, in pre-season, we've been playing out from the back. Keeley's been really good with his passing ability. There were people moaning at it. He ain't going to go long. That's not his game plan. Matt Bloomfield wants to play out. He wants to build out from the back. And there were people around me moaning about that. And I'm thinking, well, you didn't clearly watch pre-season, because if you did, you would know Keeley is actually very comfortable at playing out. You need to just chill out a little bit, because he's got better passing ability than some of the players in the team who play further, up the pitch. George, you've put, I was in the Oak Road stand yesterday, and when Jerry Yates walked out the tunnel, all of us were like mumbling to each other, hey, who's that? Yeah, I was looking on social media, so I kind of knew Jerry Yates was signing. I knew about it in the morning, so I'm totally happy that we managed to bring him to the club. Danny, you've commented saying, if we don't finish in at least the playoffs, we will... if we don't finish in at least the playoffs, will this season be seen as a failure? Danny, if we don't win promotion, this season will be deemed as a failure, mate, unfortunately. So we've got to win promotion in order for it to be a success. There's no, in between here. Then someone started shouting, Jerry, Jerry, and we all got it started, cheering. Very nice. Hattersman, you've just commented saying, just joined the stream, Lewis. Totally agree with your initial thoughts about the negativity about Friday. Wasn't great, but 3 points when not playing great is very good. Haven't had that for a while. Exactly that. Lewis, could Big Sam be announced today? I don't think so. We don't really announce things on a Sunday. I reckon it'd be like a Monday announcement or potentially a Tuesday one. Mark, but I agree. Keeley's passing is absolutely incredible. He's one of the best I've ever seen from a goalkeeper. You know, we all talk about like Allison and Edison having this great passing ability. He is so comfortable. I've never known a goalkeeper to be this confident at playing out. It is ridiculous. G1K2, you've commented saying, "I wonder how many goalies will fail on the foul of the 8-second rule this year." I know, I did notice the referee counting that, and I remember, I think Keeley had to rush a goal kick because he did see that the referee count down quite quickly. Alfie, you've commented saying, "Where do you want to sit at Power Court?" Probably behind the goal. I love being behind the goal. It's perfect for me. Get a good view from everywhere in the stadium. Plus, I like just being able to cheer, seeing the goal. Like just off the side of the goal is perfect for me. Good view. Mason, you've commented saying, "I can see it being tomorrow 10 a.m. Apparently he was seen on Thursday, to be fair." Very nice. Wouldn't mind a nice early announcement. I am making a video for tomorrow, so I hope it could be 2 videos from me if that is the case. I'm doing like a League One roundup, so I'll be talking about all the League One games that's happened over the weekend. Make sure you go and check that out. My League One content's done alright actually, especially like the game week score predictions and stuff. My predictions. I have to upload my game week 2 score predictions on Wednesday because Birmingham and Port Vale play Cardiff on Thursday. Thursday night football, man, is absolutely rubbish, man. Why? Like, no one wants that. Who's asked for that? Because I certainly didn't. Like, what? Who? It even for like this is the thing, yeah. I understand it's on TV, being on a Thursday, but as someone who, by the way, I've worked in TV, no one wants to work on that. If you are a TV staff member, you do not want to work on a Thursday night. Because Thursday nights are very likely a day off for you if you work in TV, because you are working on the weekend, you're working Friday to Sunday. So a Thursday, you're kind of like, you're preparing for work for the weekend. So you don't really want to work on it. So seeing a Thursday night game, it's absolute, it's not great. Terry, you've commented saying Keeley can play out from the back, so fans should calm down. He's not like Thomas Kaminski. And he also comes off his goal line. Did we see that last-ditch challenge he made when he ran so far out of his goal line? And I think Wimbledon might have had an opportunity to go 1v1 or just get in behind. And he just cleared it out. Outstanding goalkeeping. Mark, you've put, "Why only 21 likes, everyone?" Yeah, good reminder, Mark. Please smash the like button on the live stream. It does help the live stream perform better on YouTube. It reaches out, people get notified and stuff, so please. And then also, when the live stream becomes available to watch after I finish the live stream, people can watch it, the whole thing, afterwards as well. So yeah, please smash that like button. John, you've commented saying Thursday night in League One TV spot, same as last season for us. It's absolutely pathetic though. It should not exist. No one wants to watch that. I can't imagine there was when they did a vote, all the Football League clubs get to vote. Right, Thursday night football, everyone, who wants it? I can't imagine anyone put their hand up for it. I'm going to basically get the Stockport Bolton game ready on my laptop so I can watch it straight after this live stream. Let me put this game on. What was I watching? Oh, that's what I was watching. Right, I'm going to get this game on. Sadly, part of the new TV deal is to get more League 1 and League 2 games on the box. The thing is that they can do that. Just put it on a Saturday or Or even no, I wouldn't say Sunday. Sundays are quite crap. I just feel like they should just put it on at 12:30. If they're gonna do that, no one wants it on a Thursday. At least Saturdays it's a bit easier to get to the games. Like, imagine you play on a Thursday and then you're like, right, we've got a game on the weekend. Oh no, we don't because we played on Thursday. Like, it's not great, is it? Right, I've got the Stockport versus Bolton game on. I'm going to watch that straight from this live stream. I'm going to be live streaming for another 10 more minutes, guys. And then I will, chill for the rest of the day. Got a video out tomorrow on Monday, which will be my League One roundup from these weekend's fixtures. I will also... On Tuesday, I'm doing looking at the next 5 league games for Luton, see how many points we can get from the next 5. Then on Wednesday, I will do my score predictions for game week 2. Thursday, I don't know what to produce yet. Friday will be a match preview of the Peterborough game. Saturday, match reaction. Sunday, 5 things which we learned from the game against Peterborough, and then also a live stream as well. So lots of stuff. Next week, on Thursday, I might just do a live watch along. That might be the content I do rather than an actual video. I might actually watch the Cardiff versus Port Vale game actually. So I think that might be my plan actually for next week. So lots of content coming your way still. I'm working so hard, guys. Like obviously, if you don't know, I've got the live sub count. Well, I say live sub count. I update the subscriber count at the top left. And last time I updated it, which was this morning, I gained over 100 subscribers within 7 days. So it's been absolutely fantastic, the growth. And the growth only comes by producing content. If I don't put the effort in, it doesn't go up. So I'm glad that, we're growing quite well, getting bigger, more people are featuring it in these live streams, which is fantastic, which I really enjoy. Helps keep these active, and I can bounce off the comments you guys make and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how well we progress and how well the channel progress over the football season. I don't know who's starting for Stockport versus Bolton. Should we go through the starting 11s for both teams? See if there's any former Luton players. I think McAtee is playing for Bolton. So according to FOTMob, Stockport are playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. Carl Wootton is starting up top. I've got him in my EFL fantasy football. They got Mothersill, who had a fantastic season at Peterborough. Owen Dodson playing left wing back, who Luton were apparently looking at. Ethan Pye as the centre half. They've got Camps and Norwood in the midfield. The team I'm looking at from Stockport is so strong, and that's why I believe it's going to compete with Luton at the end of the season. I really think Stockport are going to be up there this year. And then Bolton's team, they've got McAtee playing as the number 10. They've got Morley in the midfield. They've got Sharman Lowe, who had a great loan spell at Doncaster last year. They've got Carlos Mendes Gomez. He's playing as a left winger. God, he's a player I remember playing for Luton. Didn't really get many starts, but we kind of were playing the diamond formation, so it kind of didn't really suit him. And then we transitioned from playing three at the back. But yeah, he didn't really feature too much in the starting 11. And then they've got Burstow up top for Bolton, who's a young lad, 21 years old. I think he's on loan from Hull. They're playing. So both teams playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. More TV games for League One at 5 p.m. on Saturday. Maybe better will clash with Premier League matches. That's the issue, though. It's because it will clash with Premier League. They don't like it. They want as many views on the Premier League as possible, so they tend not to put like a high-profile EFL game on at the same time because they don't want to take views away. What will you be happy with in points-wise, 10 points or 12 points in the next 5 games? I haven't really looked into it too much. Obviously, 10 points is basically promotion winning form, so that would be amazing if you could get 10 points. Cardiff's going to be tough. That's for sure. It's going to be tough. Wigan as well, I expect to be a lot tougher. I think we need to beat Peterborough. I think if we beat Peterborough, we will have even more confidence going into the next games. Burton as well, away from home. I'm earmarking that as we've got to win that one. Every game is very important now, especially if you want to win the title. Hopefully, Alex Ferguson will be at the Posh game. He was at the Cardiff game. I don't know if he's going to be at the game next week. Mark, you've commented saying, I know Woodrow doesn't get much praise, but it was a lot to do with his pressure that got that own goal. Yeah, I highlighted that earlier, Mark. He played an absolute key role in the goal. Woodrow is a player, if he gets minutes, everyone will see. He has the ability. He's never really ever, throughout his whole time playing for Luton, ever have a run in a Luton shirt, has he? Let's be honest. But I think Matt Bloomfield's going to use him this year. I think he's going to be a really good impact player. You know, playing as a number 10 or as a striker, or he can drift out wide as well if need be. So we should see a lot more of him. He done well last time we played in League One, so I expect to see more Woodrow. I've just remembered we haven't really actually talked about Cohen Bramall yet, who we also signed this week. So I'll briefly give you my overall feelings about him. Very fast. I've been told he's faster than Chio. And you think, how quick was Chio? He was unbelievable, like in terms of how quick he was. And apparently Bramall is faster than him. So I'm very excited to see how fast Bramall is in a Luton shirt, and hopefully he uses the pace properly, run at defenders, cause players problems. I think he's gonna play against Peterborough. We kind of need him to feature. I think he'd be fit, because although we've only recently signed him, he would have done his own training, he would have done his own fitness and stuff like that. So I don't think he'd be miles off it. I think he will be naturally fit. He would have been training with the first team squad for the next week as well. So yeah, hopefully he's available, and yeah, we can play him against Peterborough, who are quite quick on the counter, so we're going to need that pace, I think. So yeah, fingers crossed he's available. Did you sell Carlton Morris, or is he still with us? No, we sold him to Derby County, who have signed loads of strikers. Is Chong injured? From what I've been told, yeah, he had a groin injury, so I think he's returned back into training. Apparently Matt Bloomfield wants to use him. Daniel, you've commented saying, missed the first game, I'm in Croatia, but going to Peterborough game Saturday, come on the town, let's get behind the boys. I'm also going to the Peterborough game. Hopefully there'll be about 4,000 Luton fans there, hopefully, cheering the players on. Next week there is so much football. You've got Birmingham versus Ipswich on Friday night, Southampton versus Wrexham on Saturday, and then you've got Sheffield United versus Bristol City on Saturday as well. And then Sunday, you've got Leicester versus Sheffield Wednesday. God, Sheffield Wednesday, they might be playing the kids on that one. I feel sorry for them. I really do, because that football club is going to get relegated from the Championship this year. I think it's raining in Stockport, and the away end at... Yeah, it is raining, actually. The away end at Stockport is an open end, so the Bolton fans are getting absolutely soaked. We play Stockport in November, so it's going to be absolutely freezing, and I guarantee you it's going to be raining all day. Jack, I know you've signed a good striker at League One level, can't remember his name. We've signed Yates. At least Barry Bannon has signed back with Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, but still though, he ain't going to be able to keep them up on his own. They are really badly, they need signings. They massively need signings. I like Chong, yes, he's had a terrible season like everyone else, but I like his direct play. He causes panic. He just needs to add a bit of consistency to his game. Last time Stockport played Bolton at home, they won 5-0. Wonder if we get the same result, or same performance even. Mason, you think we'll sell the 1,600 extra tickets at Peterborough? I think we'll sell half of it at least. I think we get 800. I think there'll be at least 3,000 Luton fans there. Any more final thoughts, guys? Any more final questions before I head off? Sheffield Wednesday can only sign free agents. Not sure who's left available though. Yeah, it's not great. But some players will just sign because they're getting paid, and also they're going to play a year of Championship football. And if they do well, then they get another move. So there'll be players out there, but not exactly a best bunch of players. Any more final thoughts, guys, before I end today's live stream? It's been a very active 1 hour. Teams are out in the game between Stockport and Bolton. going to be enjoying, well, I'm going to enjoy watching that one. And then after that, I'm going to go food shopping before the shops close at 4 o'clock. And then I'll prep my video for tomorrow, which will be a League One roundup video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. What has to change at Luton for you to get back to the Premier League? Winning games of football. It's as simple as that. Winning games of football. Right, I think I'm going to end the live stream here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in this hour. Hope you have a good Sunday. Hopefully you did enjoy this live stream as well. Smash the like button, please, guys. It does help the video perform better. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.